Okay, Blake, you just opened up this. What is this called again?
This is a frame, and this size is called a medium size. And we put this smaller size into a bigger box so they can build out whatever they want. And here we've got two different sizes. To your left, you've got worker cells. And if you see, there's about 5 to an inch. And on this side, this is for the drones, for the males, there's about 4 to an inch. So you notice the different sizes. The queen will use her antenna to measure the inside of each cell before she lays an egg. And the queen chooses to inseminate an egg when she lays it. And if she fertilizes an egg when she lays it, it'll be a female worker, and it'll be for these size cells. And if she does not fertilize an egg, she lays it, and it's going to be a male. And it's really wild to think that a queen is laying an egg without any other genetic input, and it turns out to be the opposite gender.
Yeah, that's wild.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Bees are wild.
They are wild, man. That is crazy. Like, seriously, I'm learning so much that I'm like losing my mind here. How long is the life cycle of a bee?
The total life cycle will be close to 70 days from the day the egg is laid, and about 21 days to 28 days, depending on what type of bee it is. If it's a queen or a worker, they'll emerge. And a worker lives about 45 days because their wings basically fall apart. It's kind of like your car. If your car had a flat tire and you can never change it, that's just where it ends up.
Okay.
But just the flight time, they live about 45 days. Bees that are born or emerge in the fall, they'll live 4 or 5 months because they're not out flying during the winter time and putting those flight hours on their wings. So they'll emerge in November, and they'll live all the way through February to raise the new spring bees that are going to be out and doing the hard work.
And then how do they communicate what they're, because it's like a year, maybe 2-year process to get honey and everything, right? So how do they you see where I'm going with this? I mean, they can't write a book. They can't call each other, so how do they communicate to let each other know the information they need to know?
They'll do just fine. They'll fill the space just perfectly, and that's when the partnership with the beekeeper comes into play. Because we need to know what the bees are doing and when they're doing it to help facilitate them. We don't want to take an action just before winter that's going to make it more difficult for them to get through the winter. So as long as you know what the bees are doing, you can kind of get behind them and help them. So right now, we're going to be pulling honey today. And since they have a little bit of extra space, we're going to give those honey frames back to the bees and let them fill up for the winter time. And we're probably not going to pull any more honey after that. And they're going to go through winter with the honey that they store from now until fall. And we have all 3 sections of life cycles in here. We've seen eggs in here, we've seen the developing brood, and we see bees just getting ready to emerge. So we know there's a healthy queen in here. We see food on this side, and we see honey in the top in the corner. So everything you'd like to see in a colony is presented here on one single frame.
On one single frame.
Indeed. And then you see the darker color. That's all the wax comes out ivory white, and the more bees traffic it, they bring in dirt, debris. If there's a wildfire, the ash markedly makes the comb darker because the bees track in the ash. So that's why you see the color difference. This stuff is a lot newer and fresher. That's why it's got the white color. And the darker it is, you can assume that's going to be older because it's accumulated more dirt and debris.
I'm learning things. If you would like to learn more about your friends the bees, or if you've got a hive problem at your house, this is the guy to call. What do people need to do?
Go to sacramentobeekeeper.com and check us out. We offer classes, and then we offer services to help remove colonies, and we also mentor people to train them because we need more beekeepers. Our wait time is about 3 weeks right now for people to get bees out of a structure because there's not enough qualified beekeepers out there to do the job. So we need more of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out the website. Back to you guys.
Good stuff. Between Cody and Tina Makua are bee experts now.
Got the bees covered. Yeah.